Close your eyes and feel the gentle weight of your hand on your chest. Beneath the warmth and solidity lies a surprising truth. You are mostly empty space. Atoms, the building blocks of everything, of vast fields of emptiness with tiny centers. This paradox shapes the world you know and the universe you belong to, where forces, not touch, create your sense of solidity. You find yourself lying comfortably beneath a soft blanket, the quiet of the night wrapping around your body like a gentle hug. Feel the weight of your hand resting softly against your chest. It is warm, familiar, and steadier, quiet reassurance that you are here, present, alive. Now, let your curiosity drift softly, as a whisper beneath the stillness. As you begin to imagine what lies beneath that comforting surface, look closer, beyond the skin, beyond the warmth, beyond even the firm bones that give you shape. You are made of atoms, a word, but perhaps never truly pictured. Imagine an atom, not as a tiny speck, but as vast emptiness with just a tiny center. If an atom was scaled to the size of a stadium, its nucleus, the heart of the atom, would be no larger than a grain of rice resting on the field. The electrons, those tiny companions, would be far away near the stands, whirling at great speed, leaving the space between them empty, vast, almost entirely hollow. This is not a poetic metaphor, but a clear, measured truth of science. Over 99.9999% of your atoms and, indeed, everything around you is empty space. This means you, the chair beneath you, the night sky above all of it, is mostly emptiness, woven together with tiny brilliant points of energy and matter. It's a strange thought, one that can make the world seem fragile and light. Yet here you are, feeling solid and real. How can this be? Why don't you fall through the bed? Why doesn't your blanket dissolve into the air? The answer is not in the atoms themselves, but in the forces between them. The sensation you call touch is not truly atoms meeting atoms, but an invisible dance of repulsion. Imagine two tiny magnets that push away when their like poles come close. The electrons in your skin repel the electrons in the mattress, a force so strong it creates the very experience of solidity. You are floating ever so slightly above the surface, held apart by invisible fields of energy. That this immaterial emptiness holding you up is the secret heartbeat of reality. The universe does not build itself from solid blocks, but from patterns of empty space, lit by forces and flickering particles. Stability, form, and touch arise not from things physically crashing, but from energy fields weaving an intricate performance that gives the illusion of heaviness and mass. Consider the core of your atoms, the nucleus, packed with protons and neutrons. If all the empty space was squeezed from your atoms, the entire humanity-lived memories, thoughts, dreams could fit inside a sugar cube, smaller than the palm of your hand. A universe of connections, sensations, so much life compressed into so little space. This invitation to wonder reminds you that solid does not mean dense, and small does not mean insignificant. At the quantum level, the stuff of the universe is not stuff at all. Electrons are not tiny hard balls, but waves in invisible fields stretched across space, constantly dancing. The world is vast emptiness, embroidered with ripples of energy, and within this graceful dance, you exist. Your body is not a cold statue, but a shimmering, trembling symphony of possibilities, held together by the gentle push and pull of forces beyond your senses. When you feel weight or pressure, you are feeling a conversation between invisible charges, never an actual touch, but a balance that keeps you safely in place. So when the day has been heavy, when the weight of the world feels like a mountain on your chest, remember this quiet truth: you are mostly empty space, but in that space is a miracle of balance and motion. The atoms in your being hold no grudges, make no demands. They hum with freedom and lightness, as free as the space itself. You are not solid. You are a miracle of emptiness, structured by invisible connections. And somehow, here you are, breathing, dreaming, alive. That is enough. As sleep begins to weave its gentle threads, imagine yourself as the vast space within your atom's open light, connected. Let this thought carry you softly into rest, where the mysteries of the quantum world whisper lullabies of wonder. The universe is vast. You are part of its quiet song, a shimmering dance of empty space and fleeting energy, holding form, holding life, holding peace. What might happen if you could see the dance of particles and energy inside your own body? The invisible rhythms that never cease but gently pulse as you sleep. What stories would your atoms tell you if they could speak softly in the night? As you drift, let these questions rest lightly in your mind. a soothing rhythm of curiosity and calm, inviting you to explore ever deeper with the coming dreams. Feel the gentle rhythm of your breath as your body rests, yet beneath the quiet lies ceaseless movement. At the smallest scale, everything is in motion. Particles dance, atoms vibrate, and energy flows. Even in stillness, a perpetual quantum hum keeps the universe alive with motion and possibility, inviting you to rest, not in absence but in balance. As you settle deeper into the comforting embrace of your bed, allow your breath to slow and soften. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest, a steady rhythm that carries you through the night. Though your body rests still, beneath your skin, within every tiny part of you, there is a dance and eternal motion that never ceases. This motion is not just the beating of your heart or the flutter of your lungs. It is rooted much deeper, at the core of the universe itself. Nothing in the cosmos, not even the smallest particle, ever truly stops moving. Imagine the coldest, quietest place you can, the darkest corner of the universe. A space so empty and silent that it seems devoid of life or sound. You might expect everything there to be perfectly still, frozen in time. But astonishingly, even there, at absolute zero, the theoretical temperature where all motion should cease, particles still shimmer and swirl with what's called zero-point energy. Zero-point energy is a subtle, irreducible motion built into the fabric of existence. Even without warmth or sunlight or sound, particles vibrate and jitter in a silent quantum dance. This is not a random flutter, but a fundamental feature of reality, one that reminds me that stillness is an illusion. In the world we live in, the one you feel and see, stillness seems natural and comforting. You place your head on a pillow, close your eyes, and the room appears calm, the air unchanging. Yet, at the atomic scale, motion is constant. Electrons orbit their nuclei, molecules twist and turn, and atoms hum with energy. Your body, seemingly resting, is alive with this dance. Nerves fire with pulses, blood flows endlessly, and molecules twist with gentle vibrations. Every breath stirs a symphony of movement in billions of tiny particles beneath your skin. Even your thoughts, the quiet images drifting through your mind, arise from electrical signals racing in your brain's tangled networks. This constant motion flows not as chaos, but as a harmony, a cosmic rhythm that underpins all matter. Without it, the world would collapse into unchanging silence, and life would cease to exist. The atoms in your body, as restless as they are, hold the dance of creation, the ceaseless pulse that keeps everything alive. One remarkable demonstration of this endless motion is the Casimir effect, where two metal plates placed incredibly close in a vacuum attract each other not because of gravity or magnetism, but because of the fluctuations in quantum fields. Even the empty space between these plates is alive with a restless energy, a whispering hum that pushes and pulls, shaping the universe's fabric itself. This unseen energy, called vacuum fluctuation, assures us that empty space is never truly empty. It is a sea of activity, particles flickering into and out of existence, a constant flow beneath the surface of reality. Your seemingly quiet world sits on the edge of this bubbling vitality. In this light, rest is no longer the absence of movement, but a delicate balance, a moment when endless energy flows calmly together, like a still lake whose surface ripples gently in the evening breeze. Your body and mind find peace not in frozen silence but in a rhythmic harmony. When you lie down, feeling the soft weight of the sheets and the gentle dark around you, remember the motion beneath all things. The dance of particles is your own dance. The ceaseless flow of energy is your heartbeat, beating within you and through you, even in moments of stress or heaviness. When the world weighs on your mind and body, this quantum rhythm never falters. It holds the promise of renewal, the quiet assurance that beneath every hardship or worry lies a pulse of motion, of life, waiting to carry you forward. Tonight, listen to this rhythm as a lullaby, a soothing murmur from the very fabric of existence. Let it remind you that you are part of something vast and alive, a moving, shifting symphony of energy and matter as sleep draws near like a gentle tide. You might wonder, what stories does the dance of particles hold? What secrets are whispered in the continuous motion within your cells? The universe invites you to rest in this motion, to find peace in the ongoing flow, because nothing is ever truly still, and in that endless dance, you are cradled, carried, and forever alive. Imagine a world where certainty dissolves, and things can be many places at once. In the quantum realm, Particles, like electrons, don't follow the rules you see around you. They live in a state called superposition, where reality is a blend of possibilities until observed. This gentle mystery invites you to embrace the space between certainty and wonder. In your quiet bed, let your thoughts wander softly to a curious place, a world where the rules you know begin to blur and blend. In this place, things are not fixed. Objects do not rest in just one spot but can be many places all at once, neither here nor there, but everywhere in between. This world is the quantum realm, the scale of the tiniest building blocks of everything you see and feel. At this incredibly small scale, particles such as electrons, photons, and atoms break the rules of everyday life. They enter a strange and wondrous state called word that sounds heavy but means something beautifully light and free. Superposition is the idea that a particle doesn't exist in just one place or form until you look at it. Instead, it spreads out across many places or states simultaneously, a soft cloud of possibilities. It's like a leaf drifting gently on the wind, able to be in many spots along its path until you catch it in your hand. The most famous way to see this happening uses what's called the double slit experiment. Imagine firing tiny particles one by one at a barrier with two very narrow openings. Behind the barrier is a screen that lights up when the particles land. If the particles behaved like tiny marbles, you'd expect them to go through one slit or the other, making two bright spots on the screen. But the actual result is much stranger, a pattern like ripples overlapping on a pond. Bright and dark bands that reveal waves of probability, spreading out and interfering. This shows that each particle acts like a wave, passing through both slits at the same time and overlapping with itself, an invisible dance that makes the pattern on the screen. But if someone tries to watch which slit the particle takes, the particle seems to choose just one path, and the wave pattern disappears. The act of observing changes reality itself. This is not a dream or fantasy, but a real effect seen again and again in careful experiments. Particles don't behave like tiny fixed dots, but as waves of possibility, their location undefined until measured. This challenges your usual sense of what it means to be here or there. Superposition isn't limited to just where a particle is. It applies to many properties like energy, spin, or even entire molecules. Larger objects don't seem to enter these states because, as they interact with their surroundings, they lose superposition through a process called but the principle remains. The microscopic world is a tapestry of potential. This strange flexibility of reality invites a gentle reflection. Perhaps certainty, the feeling that things must always be one way or another, is something made by the act of looking, deciding, or measuring. Without that, the world hums quietly with a blend of possibilities, stretching out like soft horizons you cannot quite reach. Think of yourself in this quantum light. You are not a fixed point, but a beautiful, shifting cloud of potential. Choices and moments ripple within you, possibilities flickering in the space where decision and chance meet. You are in a kind of superposition of strengths, memories, hopes, all quietly waiting to be realized. In a world of superposition, in-betweenness is not uncertainty to fear, but a space to cherish. It offers room for change, for growth, and for the unfolding of new stories. Reality is not a rigid sculpture but a living, breathing dance of what might be, made real in the moment of your awareness. As your breath deepens and your body sinks into sleep's soft embrace, let this idea settle like a lullaby, that you and the universe are delicate waves of possibility, a gentle cloud cradled between many places at once. What could your dreams feel like when you remember you are made of probabilities? What new worlds might open when you rest in the sweet space between certainty and wonder? Tonight, hold these questions softly like a whispered secret from the quantum world, a place where the magic of being many places at once invites you to dream freely and rest deeply. Imagine the softness of a touch, the warmth of skin against skin. Yet beneath this feeling lies a surprising truth. Atoms never truly touch. What feels solid is an invisible dance of forces, a gentle push and pull of fields that keep things apart. This delicate balance creates the world you know, a tender conversation without actual contact. As you settle softly into your bed, let your mind float gently to the sensation of touch, the comforting press of your hand against the sheets, the tender brush of air on your skin, the familiar clasp of a loved one's hand. Touch seems so direct, so certain, a connection you can feel with clarity. But what if beneath that certainty, the reality is gracefully different. In truth, at the smallest scale, you have never truly touched anything. This sounds strange, even impossible. How could the warmth or pressure of a touch not be real? Yet this is the delicate secret, woven by the fabric of atoms and forces. Everything you see and hold is made of atoms. Tiny structures of nuclei wrapped by clouds of electrons. The electrons carry negative charge, and when the electrons in your skin draw near the electrons in the chair or the blanket, they repel each other. Like the north poles of two magnets pushed together, they resist, they hover apart, even extremely close. This invisible push, the electromagnetic repulsion, is what you truly feel as touch. It is not the atoms colliding or pressing together, but the fields of force gently holding space between them. The atoms never fuse or merge. They are always separated by a tiny but unyielding barrier. Think of it like two dancers gliding close but never touching. Their movements perfectly synchronized to keep them apart, yet close enough to sense each other's presence. The dance of atoms is a conversation of fields. A conversation that creates pressure, warmth, and the sensation of being grounded in the world. This repulsion is incredibly strong, many orders of magnitude greater than gravity at this tiny scale. It is why a chair can hold your weight without collapsing, why glass breaks instead of bending, why your skin can feel the softness of fabric and the sharpness of a thorn without your atoms merging with it. Even when pain arises, when a needle pricks your skin, there is no true merging of atoms. Instead, force is exerted to rearrange molecules, causing signals to travel to your brain that tell you ouch. But at the atomic level, the electrons still resist their counterparts, maintaining their invisible boundaries. Science has tools that reveal this fascinating world. Scanning tunneling microscopes can image single atoms by bringing a tipped needle incredibly close to a surface. At these tiny distances, an electric current can tunnel between the tip and the surface, allowing scientists to map atoms without ever truly touching them. The interaction is not one of collision, but of quantum proximity and possibility. When atoms bond in molecules, they don't fuse into solid lumps. Instead, their electron clouds overlap in a complex and beautiful embrace, sharing space and energy in ways dictated by quantum rules. Covalent bonds, ionic bonds, and weaker van der Waals forces all arise from the nuanced interactions of these invisible pushes and pulls. Intimacy without contact, on the rare and extreme scale of nuclear fusion, the kind that powers stars' atomic nuclei can combine, but only by overcoming immense repulsion through staggering heat and pressure. Even here, the act is transformation. Particles emerge changed, new elements born from the fiery dance, not simply merging as they were. What does this mean for your world, for your experience? It means the solidity, the hardness, the warmth you feel are not from touching matter, but from a delicate, invisible balance of forces holding space between form and emptiness. Your senses perceive resistance and pressure, sending messages to your mind. This is real, and it is real, but it is a reality woven from dance and negotiation, not collision. This challenges the way you think about connection. To truly influence something, you don't need to touch it physically. Forces reach, fields interact, and particles respond across minuscule distances, creating a tapestry of interaction that holds all matter together. As your breath slows and your body sinks deeper into rest, imagine your atoms gently floating fractions of a nanometer above the surface of the mattress or the blanket. Feel the soft push of their fields, the quiet communication that keeps you safe, solid, alive. This unseen boundary teaches you a tender truth. Interaction is not about fitting together like puzzle pieces, but about responding, balancing, and sustaining. Your world is stitched not by contact, but by conversation, by invisible hands weaving the fabric of matter with care and precision. So, when you lie in quiet darkness, the next time your hand brushes the familiar surface near you, remember, you have never truly touched anything. Instead, you are part of a delicate dialogue between invisible forces, a dance of separation that creates the very connection you feel. This invisible contact enriches every sensation, deepens each moment, and invites you to rest in the beauty of a world that is less solid than it seems, yet more wondrous and alive than you ever imagined. What if you could listen to this silent conversation between atoms? Imagine the soft hum of fields balancing each other, or see the invisible lightness that holds you together. Let this thought carry you now into sleep held in the gentle balance of presence and space, touch and distance, mystery and understanding. In the quiet dark, reality is not fixed but waiting to be shaped by your gaze. At the quantum level, particles exist in many states until seen. Through observation, possibilities collapse into one gentle moment of clarity. This delicate dance teaches that you are part of creation itself, softly crafting the world as you rest and dream. As you lie quietly beneath the soft covers, the room bathed in peaceful shadow, feel the stillness around you and within you. But beyond the calm lies a gentle, profound truth. Reality itself is not fully fixed, not fully formed, until it is observed. In the everyday world, you trust that objects exist solidly. An apple rests on a table. A planet journeys through space whether or not anyone watches. But in the mysterious quantum world, where the building blocks of everything are found, this trust bends and shifts like sunlight on water. At this smallest scale, particles do not hold definite properties until they are observed. They live in a floating sea of possibilities, simultaneously many things, until pinned down by measurement or interaction. This is the strange idea that reality doesn't exist in a final way until it is seen or measured, until you gently shine the light of awareness upon it. The double-slit experiment shows this beautifully. When electrons are fired one by one through two narrow slits without anyone watching, they behave like waves passing through both slits at once, creating interference patterns, ripples of possibility overlapping on a screen. But the moment a detector watches which slit the electron goes through, the wave-like behavior vanishes, and the electron chooses one path with certainty. The act of observing changes the outcome, shaping reality itself. Observation here is not about human consciousness alone. It is any interaction where information is gathered, whether by a detector, a molecule, or another particle. It means that the universe is intimately connected to measurement, to interaction, to relationship. The wave of possibilities collapses into a particular form, a definite state, precisely because it is observed. This challenges the very nature of existence. Until measured, things are not here or there. The moon might seem solid in your night sky, but in the quantum world, certainty is fragile. Particles can exist in drifting clouds of probability until something interacts with them. Physicists offer many ways to interpret this. Some say reality branches infinitely, creating multiple worlds where each possibility unfolds separately. Others imagine hidden variables shaping outcomes somehow unseen. Yet all agree the act of observation stands at the center. It gently crafts the world from many potentials into one moment of clarity. This part invites a beautiful reflection as you prepare to sleep. You are not merely a passive watcher of the world. You are part of the dance of creation, an intimate participant shaping reality by being present. Your awareness, your being, folds the many possibilities of the universe into the here and now. Imagine your mind as a calm lake, where every thought and feeling ripples gently outward, shaping the reflections you see. The world you experience emerges, not apart from you, but with you, a co-creation woven from waves of potential and moments of observation. When the worries of the day soften and quiet, remember this delicate truth, that reality, like a story, unfolds one moment at a time, shaped by the gentle touch of seeing, sensing, knowing. Each breath you take is a brushstroke in the painting of the present. Tonight, as you close your eyes and slide into dreams, imagine reality as a soft bloom, opening only when touched by light. Your presence is the light, your rest is the flower. Together, you shape a world full of wonder. An endless possibility. What might you discover in tomorrow's unfolding moment if reality waits patiently for your gaze? What gentle mysteries soften when approached with the quiet eyes of sleep and curiosity? Let these thoughts float like feathers on a breeze, lulling you to rest in the tender cradle of existence itself, where observation and being mingle in the dance of all that is. Beneath the surface of certainty lies a hazy cloud of possibilities. Your body, your mind, your being, all formed from quantum probabilities in motion. Each particle within you exists not in a fixed spot, but as a gentle blur of potential, inviting you to rest in uncertainty and find peace in the fluid dance of existence. As you sink deeper into softness, feel the quiet presence of your body, a miraculous collection of cells, tissues, and memories, stable and whole. Yet if you could look closer, beyond the layers of skin and bone, you'd see something astonishing. You are a cloud of probabilities, a dance of possibilities gently unfolding in space and time. Our familiar world teaches us to see things as well-defined, fixed and certain. Your body feels solid, your thoughts feel clear and steady. Yet at the quantum level, the realm of electrons, protons, and their mysterious companions, certainty dissolves into a gentle haze. Particles do not behave like tiny balls trapped at fixed points. Instead, they are described by wave functions, mathematical expressions that trace the likelihood of finding a particle in various places or states. The electron in a hydrogen atom is not circling neatly on a path, but floating in a fuzzy cloud, a probability stretched across space like mist, rising softly from a quiet lake. This is no abstract idea, but how matter truly behaves on its smallest scale. The particles that compose you do not have fixed positions until they are measured or interacted with. Instead, each particle exists as a set of potentials, balanced delicately until one possibility emerges from many. This uncertainty flows upward, like gentle ripples spreading in water, reaching all the way to you. It means that even your body, stable and familiar as it feels, is, at its core, a sea of possibilities, a constantly shifting dance of energetic potential. Your thoughts, feelings, and memories arise from billions of these quantum interactions, woven into a beautiful pattern, uncertain and always becoming. This fluidity is not something to fear, but to embrace for. It allows for growth, change, and creativity. Imagine your being as a cloud, ever shifting yet stable, held together by dancing probabilities and silent potentials. Resting in this cloud, you find space, not confinement, possibility and not rigidity. Science glimpses this delicate nature in the shapes of electron orbitals, in the whisperings of particle behaviors, and the vast fields of quantum mechanics that echo through molecules and cells. This view softens the harsh lines of certainty and invites you to a gentler, quieter way of being. It is in this gentle haze that the miracle of life pulses quietly. The quantum fuzziness allows particles to dance into chemical bonds, to create molecules essential to life. Your very existence depends on this uncertain, vibrant tapestry. Tonight, as you close your eyes, imagine folding yourself into this cloud of possibilities, floating gently in a vast sky of potential, illuminated softly by the light of your awareness. You are not a single point, but a beautiful, shimmering expanse. What might it feel like to embrace this uncertainty within yourself? Not as a void, but as a space filled with untapped paths and quiet strength. What new dreams may rise from this embrace as you drift into the night? Let the soft fuzziness of your quantum self be a lullaby, a soothing reminder that beneath appearances lies a gentle world of potential, waiting patiently for you to rest and become. In the quiet dance of existence, electrons do not stay put, but vanish and reappear like flickering lights. They are waves of possibility, appearing as particles only when needed. This constant flicker is the heartbeat of stars, life, and everything around you, inviting you to rest in the wonder of impermanence and flow. As you nestle under your blanket and prepare to drift into sleep, think about the tiny particles called electrons, building blocks of your body, your world, and stars in the sky. For centuries, electrons were imagined as small spheres circling a nucleus like miniature planets. But modern science reveals a far more mysterious and beautiful truth. Electrons vanish and reappear constantly, flickering in and out of existence like tiny sparks in a gentle cosmic flame. This may sound like a trick of imagination, but it is a well-established reality in quantum physics. Electrons are not fixed little balls traveling neat orbits. Instead, they are disturbances or excitations in invisible fields that fill all of space. These fields ripple and pulse perpetually, and what you see as an electron is a temporary manifestation of these waves, interacting, then fading away again. Imagine the universe as a vast ocean of energy, where waves rise and fall endlessly. Electrons are the fleeting crests of these waves, here one moment and gone the next. They do not dwell permanently in any single place until they are observed or interact with something else. This flickering behavior is not mere abstraction. It's built into the very fabric of reality. For example, virtual particles are particles that briefly pop into existence, borrowing energy from the vacuum, only to vanish quickly. They can't be directly detected, but their presence is felt through their influence on real particles and forces. These ephemeral guests of the quantum world shape the behavior of atoms and even the vacuum itself. Electrons, too, can vanish from one location and appear in another without crossing the space between. A mysterious feat called quantum tunneling. Unlike a ball needing to roll over a hill to reach the other side, an electron's wave function extends beyond barriers, letting it appear on the far side, as if by magic, though this magic obeys precise quantum laws. This effect is crucial to the universe. Without tunneling, stars wouldn't burn, as protons could not overcome their mutual repulsion to fuse. The sun shines because electrons and protons continually flicker and tunnel through barriers, a delicate dance of presence and absence that fuels life itself, even in your body. Electrons do not orbit like planets, but exist as probability clouds, patterns of likelihood where they might be found. These clouds shift, spread, and flicker ceaselessly, creating the atoms and molecules essential to your being. This constant vanishing and reappearing is not destruction but transformation. Electrons do not cease to exist, but exist differently, as waves, probabilities, fleeting events. When you measure or interact with an electron, its wave function collapses into a particle-like state, only to dissolve into waves once again after the interaction ends. This dance between presence and absence is not unstable chaos, but the quiet rhythm of the universe's deepest secrets. It allows for complexity and change, for the formation of molecules, cells, thoughts, and dreams. In this ongoing flicker lies the mystery of permanence emerging from EMPERMANENCE. So, when you feel your heartbeat or see the stars twinkle, remember the electrons within and around you are vanishing and reappearing in an endless quantum glow. They are not fixed points, but lively expressions of an eternal dance. As your breath slows and you sink into the softness of sleep, imagine yourself as part of this flickering wave, a momentary crest on the vast ocean of existence. Let this understanding bring peace, a soothing reminder that impermanence is the heartbeat of life, and that through constant change, you remain beautifully whole. What new lights might your dreams catch in this quantum dance tonight? What gentle flickers of possibility wait for you in the stillness of sleep? Let this thought be a lullaby, inviting you to rest softly in the rhythm of vanishing and return, of ceaseless motion and quiet transformation. Time is not a simple river, but a delicate fabric woven with quantum threads. It flows gently around you, entwining with space and motion. In the quiet moments before sleep, you glimpse the soft mystery that time is not absolute, but a part of a greater cosmic dance, inviting you to rest in the present moment's timeless embrace. As you close your eyes and settle deeper into rest, imagine time not as a steady, rushing river carrying you forward, but as a gentle, flowing fabric, woven delicately with threads of space, motion, and quantum mystery. Time is not the rigid march it seems, but an intimate companion, bending and flowing with the rhythms of the universe. Your mind and body measure time in beats and pulses, the rise and fall of respiration, the ticking of a clock, the passing of day to night. But beneath these familiar rhythms lies a profound truth, unearthed by modern physics. Time does not flow the same for everyone, or everywhere. It is relative, flexible, and tied deeply to the fabric of space itself. In the quiet expanse of the cosmos, time stretches and contracts, shaped by gravity and motion. Clocks run slower near massive bodies, like stars or black holes. Space bends and warps, carrying time along in a graceful dance. This is not just theory, it is measured reality. Time is a partner in the universe's unfolding waltz, flowing differently depending on where you are and how you move. Even more enchanting is the quantum perspective. At the smallest scales, time loses its fixed arrow. Quantum particles can behave as if past, present, and future blur into one another. Soft haze where cause and effect gently intertwine rather than march in strict sequence. The classical idea of now softens, revealing a deeper, more intricate mosaic of moments layered and flowing. This invites you to think of your moments not as ticks lost forever, but as part of an endless present, a flowing river that bends back on itself, ripples softly, and invites you to rest within its current. Your consciousness moves gently through this river, not racing against time but drifting with it, swaying in its ebb and flow. When you feel rushed or overwhelmed, remember that time's flow is not a stern taskmaster, but a gentle rhythm you can learn to follow. The universe's heartbeat pulses in cycles, in waves, expanding and contracting like the soft breath of night. Your own perception, your own attention, shapes time's movement, calming it with gentle presence or quickening it with distraction. As you prepare to sleep, imagine yourself floating on this fabric of time, cradled between moments, a drifting cloud in a steady, flowing sky. The rush of the day fades as you rest into the quiet now, the timeless embrace of breath and heartbeat. What new insights might dawn softly from this timeless rest? What dreams might flow in the silent river of your night? Let the mystery of time, not as a strict march but a living dance, soothe you now. Let it remind you that you are not bound by a harsh clock, but invited into a timeless unfolding, a quiet song of space, time, and gentle motion. Invisible threads weave particles together across vast distances in a mysterious link called entanglement. When two particles become one, what happens to one instantly shapes the other, no matter how far apart. This gentle web of connection offers a soothing reminder that you are never truly alone, seamlessly woven into the fabric of the cosmos. As you rest in the soft quiet of night, imagine invisible threads extending beyond your body, beyond the room, reaching light years into the vast cosmos. These threads are the whispers of entanglement, a profound connection, binding particles in a shared destiny, no matter how far they wander apart. Entanglement is one of the most mysterious and beautiful features of the quantum world. When two particles become entangled, they share a special band, a single wave function that links their states together. This means that if you observe a change in one particle, the other responds instantly, even if separated by enormous distances. You might think this defies common sense or the speed of light, but countless experiments confirm the phenomenon again and again. It is as if the universe holds a secret conversation beyond space and time, a gentle, instantaneous link that weaves being into unity. This enchanting connection reminds you that separation is often an illusion. Though you may feel alone or distant, you are part of a vast, interconnected web. At the quantum level, all things in the universe are woven together in subtle and intricate patterns. Entanglement challenges the way you see yourself and the world. You are not a solitary island, but part of a vast sea of connection. Your body, your thoughts, your very essence intertwine with the cosmos in unseen, silent ways. Science imagines this connection like a pair of dancing partners perfectly in tune. No matter how far they move apart, they mirror each other's moves in a delicate balance that transcends ordinary communication. This deep harmony holds promise not only for understanding the universe but also for new technologies like quantum computers and secure communication that harness entanglement's gentle power. As your breathing slows and restfulness grows, imagine this invisible thread tenderly linking you to stars, to distant galaxies, to every particle that has ever existed. Feel its soft strength, a reminder that you belong, that you are held. What connects you can never be broken. What might it feel like to rest in this web of connection, wrapped in the soft glow of unseen bonds? What dreams may come when you drift within a universe so lovingly entangled? Let this thought be a lullaby that cradles you through the night, a gentle promise from the cosmos that you are part of something larger, something forever bound, forever near. You are a shimmering thread woven from stardust and the fabric of the cosmos. Every atom in you was born from ancient stars, connected to everything seen and unseen. As you rest, imagine the universe unfolding gently within you and around you, a timeless story of unity and wonder, inviting peace and gratitude to settle deep into your heart. As your eyes grow heavy and the quiet night surrounds you, imagine the incredible journey of every atom in your body, older than mountains, older than oceans, forged in the hearts of long-dead stars, scattered across the vast cosmic sea. You too are a child of the universe, a living poem crafted from ancient stardust and the elegant laws that shape all existence. In the moments before sleep, let this truth wash gently over you. You are more than your thoughts, more than your body. You are a shimmering thread in the grand weave of the cosmos, a spark of life intertwined with galaxies, planets, and the very fabric of space and time. Science teaches that atoms in your cells were once part of stellar explosions, supernovas sending their raw elements floating through space until they gathered here, forming everything you know. This realization is humbling and uplifting, a reminder of your deep connection to all of creation. You are not separate from the universe but a living expression of its laws and stories. The forces within your body, the quantum dances of electrons, the rhythmic pulses of molecules, all echo the rhythms of the stars themselves. As your body rests and your breath softens, imagine the universe unfolding within you, a continuous story without beginning or end, where all things flow and connect. The atoms that make you are ancient travelers, forever changing, forever part of the vast cosmic dance. This unity transcends distance and time. You are part of everything that has been and everything that will be, woven into a fabric of wonder, mystery, and profound beauty. Rest now in this embrace, where you are both infinitesimally small and infinitely vast. Let gratitude settle like a gentle light in your heart for this miraculous existence, for the wonder of being here, now, part of something magnificent and enduring. What peaceful dreams might greet you as you sleep, born from the quiet cosmos within? What gentle whispers of stars and time will cradle your rest? Let this thought carry you softly into sleep, a lullaby woven from stardust, cosmic rhythm, and the eternal promise of connection and peace.